Welcome back to the channel. This is Tempo Jays brought to you by Azar Studios. Today, our menu is Spanish La Liga and the Italian Serie A. Of course, Spanish La Liga kicked off last weekend. And only last night, we saw Real Madrid, the Galacticos, struggle to a 1-0 win over Osasuna in their opening game for Barcelona. It was no problem at all, as they made it 1-2-3 in their own game. We'll also be looking at the Italian Serie A that kicks off this weekend. The interesting fact, 12 new managers in the Serie A, and the managers are circulating. Former players are back in the league. Christian Chivu, remember him? The famous man that when Jose Mourinho against Barcelona were leading by 3-1 at the San Siro, and Chivu was to be brought on. Mourinho did that famous hand locking when he told Chivu to go onto the field of play and lock Barcelona. Well, Inter Milan went on to not only qualify for the final, but went on to win the Champions League with the Romanian, a key player in that team. But before we go to the Serie A, let's start with the La Liga guys. Shikari Praise and Bishop joins me. One thing is certain, the La Liga looks like a one-way traffic. What we've seen in the opening weekend, the first truth is that Xabi Alonso might not be ready. The second truth is that Real Madrid cannot compete against this Barcelona side for now. And the third truth is who stops Lamine Yamal from blazing the La Liga. Guys.
I'll start from first of all to debunk the first two truths that you did say.
You want to debunk my truth?
Absolutely. I'm here to set the record straight. And of course, like they say in local palace, ensure say, may things not spoil. Let me take a cue from Shakari, who loves to go through the local palace. I'll say it clearly. Yes, what we saw from Real Madrid against Mallorca yesterday was an eyesore.
Osasuna,
beg your pardon. Was an eyesore. Mallorca was Barcelona who played Mallorca. Was an eyesore. What we saw from the boys, they looked disjointed. They looked all over the place. They looked degraded. They looked like not the Galacticos, not the Los Blancos, the Merengues that we know.
They look like Man U instead of the Galacticos.
Even worse than Man United.
Yeah, you had to put that in.
I just had to. Apologies. But the truth remains that this team can only grow. It's the first game of the season. Like the books of the tell you do not lose your first game of the season. How you start the season matters a lot. And despite how shabby and drabby and how chaotic.
Controversial penalty.
Exactly.
Come on.
Take it or leave it. It's 3 points. We've seen. What about the game against Everton and Leeds United?
Yeah.
Leeds United will take out 3 points. They are just newcomers. The 3 points could make or mar their season come the end of May. So at the end of the day, for me, I just think that they started with the 3 points, which is very important. Are they where they want to be or where they ought to be? The answer is no. Is there room for improvement in this Real Madrid team? The answer is yes. Is Xabi the man to lead them through this transformation? The answer is still not certain yet.
So why did you say that you debunk the first truth?
Because they can improve. That's what I think. The quality in the team is not in doubt. Problem is that they have not found a cohesion. Look at the players in that team. They're star-studded.
How long would it take them to find that cohesion?
That is the question.
Last season, it was the same.
No.
It was the same issue that there were a lot of there were a lot of
Man
stars.
City
There were a lot of big players.
Who were European winners. All of them they capitulated. This is a new team
last
altogether rebuilding.
No, last season it was the same story we had. They were array of stars. They were disjointed.
But they were in decline.
They failed to play like a team.
Was it a decline?
It was mostly
this one
individual efforts.
It's a new team.
It was mostly, and the season even got worse for Real Madrid.
And
Last
that is
it
why
got worse.
it's a new manager.
So it was a decline.
New players,
And then
Motundo, Gonzalo,
Garcia.
Garcia. Carreras. Thank you very much. It's a new team. So they need time to gel. See, as much as I'm not holding forth for Alonso, which I think was a hasty decision. I talked about that a long time ago, and I would allow him to stay a year or two somewhere else before they throw him into the big end. But I still think this team can metamorphose. We've seen the Chelsea team that kickstarted their season in late December and still went on to win the league after they beaten by Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. So saying that it's all over, they're going to be a walk in the park for Barcelona because of how Madrid played in the first team. For me, it's too early to start making
Even at their best, they will struggle to beat a Barcelona.
I agree.
Even at their best.
You don't have to be the best team to win the league. We've learned that over the years.
Bishop,
So you have to be
Well,
You don't have to be best.
truth has to be
It's a
said,
marathon.
right?
A lot of
The
things
truth
can
has
happen.
to be said.
Injuries,
Not
decline in form.
Not a lot of teams is like the Arsenal that will give a manager 4 or 5 years, and then we know that a lot of teams have different ambitions. You cannot say that.
No, everybody's ambitionless.
Because do you understand that it's directionless? Do you understand? Sticking with a man for 5 years, Madrid, you don't get that. We saw what they did with Juan Lopetegui. You saw how
because
they pushed him.
We know why they
sent him out of the club.
We know why they sent him out of
They have ambition
because of the issues.
They don't like
not
ambition.
just because, come on,
Issues,
a man that left the
issues.
Spanish national team to coach Madrid
Because
before the World Cup. Before the World Cup.
That's because of the issues around his behavior.
No, because he was giving bad results. It was.
When he left the club, where were they? They were second.
I
on table.
cannot,
We're not-
but they were playing
let's not-
badly for a
let's-
club
let's-
standard.
They were not 2 or 3.
For the
a point
club,
or two behind.
for the
Don't make it
club
look like they were-
standards, come on.
The truth
You
remains.
don't. That guy not get that time.
It was off the pitch. I leave Jolesberg. He's got his own score. Look at what happened when he was in West Ham. He get a problem off pitch of play. He's always like gonna be like that. Look about Spain. He walked out of the club to go. And they fired him at the World Cup, and they had to get Hierro. So we know what his issues off the pitch of play. I'm talking about the fact that this team can metamorphose from a grasshopper to become a butterfly.
Brian Diaz.
Exactly. Just look at the names I'm calling.
Come
These
on,
are not the
bro.
names.
Should that be what we'll be celebrating Madrid?
That is what I'm saying.
Because let's be honest with you.
They have moved
when
from
you
the
drop Kylian,
Yeah.
Vinicius Junior,
and Rodrigo.
he's not playing.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham. Let's be realistic. And Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah.
Every other thing you have there is
Young players.
The truth
It's
is just
they
there.
have metamorphosed.
It's just there.
When you talk about
Okay,
number one, when you talk about the Galacticos, the rest of those, the Adagule Brahim, now people are supposed to get seatbelt for bench.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not galactic.
They have
There's
changed
nothing
from being the
galacticos
galactic.
about them.
They have changed from being the galactic
To what?
to grooming young talent. That's why I said they can still metamorphose. And that's why I use the word metamorphose from a grasshopper to a butterfly. The future is bright. But what we're saying with the quality of players they've got let's use the word now. I hate using this word. You know how much I hate it, but I'll use it. Prospect. These are players we know they can become world beaters. They are not there yet. And we've realized that the manager in Xabi Alonso has tilted towards that route.
How long would it take them to be there?
The problem is how long would they give him to take that route? What he has said to go, I don't want to buy the big names, 80, 70, 90 million. This is a man who wants to let go of Rodrigo.
And the quality you want to sell out.
Exactly. He wants kids. He thinks he's in Bayer Leverkusen. Would they be patient?
Then he should let go Kylian Mbappe as well. Since he wants kids.
You want even in the
and Vinicius Junior as well. Thibaut Courtois.
Well, the guy that led the line at the World Cup,
Yes.
Garcia, what's his name?
Gonzalo Garcia.
Let's be realistic now.
At the club World Cup.
Even at Bayer Leverkusen, he still had some Spence head in the team, like Jonathan Tah. There was a Patrick Schick.
Yeah.
You know, there's this goalkeeper Handreski who has left. Now he's left as well.
Mkapi.
You know, top older players to be the anchor shield. That is why the Mbappe and the Vinicius should be playing coming to the pattern. That's what he did yesterday.
Vinicius did not do what you said yesterday.
In your words,
it was horrible.
Madrid will be there.
They would there or thereabouts.
Well, let's go to the other Madrid side. Let's go Madrid. Started that season with a loss.
Yes.
It looks like let the man go. I've said him.
It's not about letting the man should leave.
No, not even let the man
You
go.
get the man should leave. He should leave. It's about time.
You are benevolent. Show him the door.
There was a comment.
Show him the door. Not let him leave.
He should leave the club.
So, of course, the former Manchester City player that is now in Atletico Madrid,
Julian Alvarez.
He said he made a mistake by joining Atletico Madrid.
A very big mistake. A very big mistake.
2-1 loss.
The boy is a shining light. Look at the free kick he scored. What a beautiful free kick.
I keep saying that young man scores goals above his age. He
yes.
scores goals his age mates.
But you have a massive
scoring. But it has to be said.
It's time for him.
It just reminds me of a certain club, Manchester United.
You say that.
Diminishing return will come into the play. Bring your name.
I know you don't have to apologize. We know it was purposeful.
We know.
You don't have to apologize.
You get to a certain point and you nosedive. They want to take them to the pinnacle where you can take them to. They've won the league twice.
Yeah.
They've been to the Champions League final 2 or 3 times. They've won the cup as well. This guy, he can't go beyond this. And the fact that
I think he's won the Europa League.
Yeah,
yes, he won the Europa League, yeah.
So,
no, more than once.
Well, I think
he won it. In almost in over 10 years.
Yes,
he won it. It was a
exactly. So at the end of the day, this guy plays one of the woeful football with the kind of players they have right now. They play some pragmatic football. Players like Gulam Amaresh, Antoine Griezmann, players like Andre Solot. Shouldn't be playing. But it's working for him. But can they want to be? See, the problem is, are they happy being mediocres? Are they happy being average team who will just finish second or third and maybe win a trophy here and there, or maybe by smash and grab win the league once in 8 years? They need to progress from that. The guy has won the league, he's won the cup, he's won the Europa League. It's high time he left so that a new lease of life can come, a new style of play, a new beginning.
The truth is,
Jordan Plus have retired under his watch.
He's been playing this dirty football since day
for
one.
so long a time.
Football has evolved, right? Football has changed. We've seen different styles of play. We've seen different kind of players.
Exactly.
Right? We've seen
a lot of things that change. He has playing this kind of football.
And the truth of the matter is, he has quality players.
When he wants to attack,
look at Solot. Look at Solot. Yeah, so it's fantastic.
Look at
Julian Alvarez.
Look at Antoine Griezmann. The future.
Come on, he's gone.
Beautiful.
He was the future.
And the truth is, obviously, the club don't show us, say they're not ready to sack this guy. The man should leave. The guy should leave.
Okay.
He never tire.
Okay, for the help of God, build him in stature, let him go.
He never tire.
And he's done enough
to leave the club.
The champions, Barcelona.
Yes, Lamine Yamal. But I mean, Barca, big season for Barca. We know, say, themselves, they not really in the kind of position where they struggle financially. Getting players, registering player,
but the rest of
that problem.
My man,
they feel like players, you know, Barcelona the register player. You know that they say it is Android for you. Go first clear catch. Go clear out.
Get space.
You can't go on.
You go your junk. You go your junk.
Clear your junk. Once you don't clear out, you don't register one. Oh yeah. You can't go all your apps. You go look down when they use the last 28 days. You go delete them. Because that's how Barcelona.
And the president of the club, the Laporta guy, he keeps. I don't know that they try to confuse us. I mean, they confuse himself.
I think it's is it Laporta the president?
Yes, he is.
Is it Laporta? Okay,
yes, and then tomorrow he go come out and say the club is financially free. They can register players.
Deco is really lying to us.
Come on.
And
something what they see.
And the coach said during his press conference before the game, it was like he's so sad that Rashford has not been registered. Unfortunately, a day before the game, Rashford was registered.
He said that's what he said. That's what he said. So we don't even know the truth. Whether they register him, I mean they don't register him.
He played obviously. 3-0 in their opening game.
Yeah. And there's no problem on the field of play. They're just lucky that they God has blessed them.
But the truth is, said that they need to get new players. They want to. They
but
they don't have that luxury.
They've got a lot of players enough to compete.
They do.
Even in Europe, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, who's a big player, but plays.
Who has said he wants to play regularly?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have Robert.
If he wants to play as the top 9, that's Ferran Torres. So where does Lewandowski and Marcus? Well, Rashford can play on the floor.
I don't think he has that
finesse,
that stature. I don't think he has that structure.
But he has
to play as a 9.
Yes,
he does play a lot of.
But he needs to use his brain, not the stature.
Not every striker has got stature. Aguero wasn't the biggest, but
I'm not saying.
But I think
not
I don't
like
see him as
physical presence, right? Not physical presence.
I don't see him as number 9. Playing behind the strikers, number 8, the Morata role. I don't know. Maybe that could suit him. Playing from the wing at times when you can just let him have his say. But I don't fancy him as number 9. Yes, he scores a lot of goals when he gets to the box. But number 9, no. All day long and every day of the weekend. Right? They are condemned to win the league. If they don't win the league, I think the manager talking about Hansi Flick has failed the club. Because there's no better time for Barcelona to rule Spain right now than rule it now. Madrid is on the rebuilding phase.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid has got a manager who has refused to leave like a plague. It's like a mosquito on your body. You can't kill it and it cannot go. Malaria every other day of the week. One day you are healed. One day you are back under the field.
It's probably you, not me.
I forgive you. But the truth remains, guys, is that Barcelona have got the tools to win the league, and I don't know how they are signing these players, but they sign and they register.
That's the quality of. That's the hallmark of a great team. Actually,
they sign and register. Despite all the hope, they go through this. They cannot sign. They go to court. They win. They go to court. They win. They have good lawyers. I think the lawyers are one of the richest lawyers in the world at the moment.
Well, the La Liga is serving fans of La Liga what they want to enjoy. For me, I think it's going to be a straightforward season. If Barcelona don't win the league, probably maybe Xabi Alonso might prove us wrong in the studio.
But let us expect them. Yes, let's expect them to
hope
prove.
That it proves us wrong. But for what I saw in the opening weekend and what I saw at the Club World Cup, there's plenty for him. So the Serie A guys, quickly.
Yeah.
Starts this weekend. The big news: Ademola Lookman's future remains in limbo. But big players have come into the league. You know. Yeah. There is Alvaro Morata back in the league with Como. There is Kevin De Bruyne back.
Yeah.
You know, in that league. Now in the league, I beg your pardon.
He was never back. It was in Germany.
Of course, with Napoli, the champions. Now, Kevin De Bruyne, Scott McTominay. Unfortunately, we understand Romelu Lukaku is out injured. AC Milan, Napoli are shopping for an alternate striker.
For that young man's sake.
Well, for his sake, he should avoid Napoli.
Why?
Yes, of course. See, it's not rocket science because he's coming as a replacement to Lukaku. Or as a backup to Lukaku.
Yeah.
So it means that if Lukaku comes back,
he returns back to the bench.
Exactly. So if he's not happy playing on the bench,
he should stay back.
Stay where you play regular football.
Because this is it. The club value for about 23 million.
25 million euros.
Exactly.
23 million
now he comes into the club.
Yeah.
He struggles. God forbid.
Or
something happens. They won't get 25 million for him.
They can't.
He begins to now struggle to now find
a
game
place.
We don't want to do justice for Tolu. So maybe better they wait. But guys, 12 new managers.
Yeah.
Christian Chivu among the new managers coming in. It's going to be a new.
See, I'm loving the new lease of life. In the Premier League, we're seeing some new
managers. I think the Serie A is not going to be
exactly. We're enjoying the new lease of life we saw in the Premier League where we saw some new big managers. I think the era of the Sam Allardyce, Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Lampard, Roy Hodgson are gone. We have now new sets of managers like Tony Pulis, all gone. Exactly. Now we have a new set of managers. The same is happening in Serie A. Like you said, ex-internationals now wanting Ivan Juric, Igor Tudor, Chivu, Sex Fabregas with Como.
Yeah.
You know, they've got some Marco Baroni. Exactly. So they've got younger players. Especially Fabregas, what a player he is, what a brain he's got.
What a player he was.
He's still easy. Because if he plays, if he still plays, that's going to be better than midfielders I see in modern day football.
Yeah, I agree.
I can agree with you. So for me, the guy is
Marino.
Exactly. You don't have to throw down nice one. But at the end of the day, guys, let's be realistic, guys. The Serie A will be very tough. We all know that heading into the tournament, Inter Milan will always be favorite. We heard Simeone has left, so they have to start afresh with a new manager. But they've got some core of the players who were there last season. Maybe a bit agey at the back line, which they are trying to, recruit players to sort out that problem. But typically Italian team has to be agey. I don't know how we see it. They're naturally agey.
And that's why
they took a defense of Barzagli, Cellini, and Bonucci to win the Euros. I don't like how they do that in their late 30s. That's the Italian style for you. Discipline, solid, strong. But you can argue that was a one-off. That was how good Paris Saint-Germain were tonight. They used the youthfulness of their team to blow them away. But I expect it more compact. I think this year right now, there's Napoli, the defending champions. Still have Scott McTominay, the Ballon d'Or nominee in that team. Unfortunately, Lukaku is out, but we hear they were going to get a striker for the start of the season as well. They've got some new players, Neres, and some other good guys. Of course, unfortunately, they've lost Giacomo Raspadori. Napoli has left for greener pastures as well, but they've got a good team. Inter Milan will be in the mix. AC Milan, we're here.
Now, on AC Milan, Massimiliano Allegri returns. And there's problem in paradise.
Luka
Modric.
Yeah, that's the biggest name in world football when it comes to the midfield.
And the biggest name in the Serie A.
Yeah. So when it comes
now,
I think I'm one of those who believe that when he retires, he writes a book on how to control the midfield. He's that good. So his passes are heavenly.
I call him a tailor. Measured passes and come on,
consistency, fantastic.
I think it's a
Spurs.
Come on,
Real Madrid,
golden.
I don't know the thing about at the beginning of his career, I thought it was a flop. Finals of the World Cup, semi-finals of the World Cup.
No, they didn't get to the final of the World Cup.
They got to the final. They were beaten by France.
They were beaten by France.
4-2. Remember?
They got to the final.
4-2 by France. Pogba, Mbappe, where he scored a hat-trick in that final. They got to as well. Exactly. They got to the semi-finals of the World Cup again. I think they got to the semi-finals of the Euros. I don't think they haven't.
No, they
but they've always shown themselves when it comes to the World Cup and in that Modric era as captain, leader, and friend. So I want to see what he brings to the AC Milan team. I still doubt they've got the quality, to compete against especially Inter Milan and Napoli for the Scudetto. Come on, the defending champion has to be the favorite. But
it has to be Napoli.
It has to be Napoli.
For me, it has to be Napoli because
they've got out to the Conte.
Yes,
that Conte factor.
And Inter Milan has lost that manager who's very experienced lost him to a team in the Al Nassr, I think so, in Saudi Arabia. Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. So they need I don't think the manager has got what it takes to Chivu.
And the truth is, I don't think they have
but inexperienced.
They have a lot of energy in that team to pull off what they did last season. It was not just small team where they're not win that league.
Even this Napoli said don't be said they're too good like that. It was Inter Milan who dropped the baton. I'm gonna be sincere with you.
But Napoli picked it up and
they ran. They
didn't want to drop it.
Yeah.
Right. But they don't have see the kind of players in that squad.
Can Scott McTominay continue this run again this season?
I think he can. He has. He doesn't.
I think Floyd is playing up front, so it's easy for him.
Yeah.
Now we say don't even get strikers. If the club might just decide to
put him there,
give him the number 9. Just play up there. But fantastic player. We've seen fantastic player he can be. For Inter Milan, I don't think they don't have that profile anymore. If you ask me, there's the Henrik Mkhitaryan, Inter Milan, Henrik Mkhitaryan, they don't Cancha that was supposed to leave. Denzel Dumfries too was fantastic at some point, but
Lautaro.
Yes, not getting any younger.
Don't take any younger, but Lautaro means goals.
Yeah. But actually, to some extent, them still get some kind of quality players. There's the Marcus Thuram, save the ball. But I see the tilt towards Juve because Juve self. I feel like they don't drop, right? Then drop. They're looking like a team that wants to get back to where they were.
Too many inexperienced players.
I don't think so.
So your team to watch out for, Kekari?
Juve has to be Juve.
Mine has to be Napoli.
with what's his name, Randall Kolomwani, there's this Dusan Vlahovic they are bringing in. They brought him.
So unfortunately for them, they couldn't find him a club.
He couldn't find him. He stays.
I think Arsenal were happy.
Biggest winner.
But they struggled to pay.
To Dusan Vlahovic. He was very close.
They didn't dodge. They struggled. It was a struggle for the club to cough out such amount for the young man.
But they dodged now.
They didn't
How
dodge.
about they come out from
willingly, they would have gotten that.
How about they cover for
Willingly,
They paid more than him.
After 4
But
years.
I cannot tell you that
They don't gather the money.
Arsenal dodged a bullet. Arsenal dodged a bullet. Arsenal dodged a bullet. Give it to the club for proper management and proper management of funds and money in the club.
Self-deceit.
Is it true?
That's what it is.
Well, the Serie A will be interesting starts this weekend. Watch out for, of course, the new players who are coming into the league. Luka Modric, AC Milan, Kevin De Bruyne with Napoli. It's interesting to see him. He's conquered the German Bundesliga, failed in the Premier League, came back and conquered the Premier League, and now wants to conquer, of course, the Italian Serie A. Tempo Gist brought to you by Azar Studios.